So now, Rebecca, we've talked about the blame game. We've talked about, actually, you can tell us what we've talked about. I'm just here summarizing for everybody else. They probably don't want to hear my voice. Go on.
No, you've got a great voice, great voice.
Thank you.
Now we wanted to talk about the importance of forgiveness.
Yeah.
And forgiveness, listen, you want to be powerful. Do you want to be power, my dear Soila? Do you want to be powerful?
Yeah, for myself, for my girls.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, I do, Rebecca.
Yes. And you want to be powerful because then they're going to be powerful. And I'm talking about an individual power. You as a woman, you as, whatever your name is, you as this energy.
Yes.
I want you to be powerful.
Yeah.
You're not a victim of anybody or any circumstance at all. So let me show you how to get even more powerful than you are right now.
Okay.
And that is with this forgiveness. There was a man in the United States, and I know this is kind of a crazy subject because I am a happiness specialist, but I have to bring it up because of the powerful lesson. His name is Gary Ridgway,
Okay.
and he was the most horrendous. He's killed the most women in history. There's almost 70 women that he killed over 20 years. He was called the Green River serial killer. Wow. Gary Ridgway, and you can YouTube this. But it's not his crime that I want to talk about. As you can imagine, after he's caught, and after he's being, he was convicted and tried and found guilty for over 48 women that he murdered and assaulted. And he even said that killing women was his job. It was his part-time job. I mean, this guy was really out there. And while he sat through the trial, he sat there stone-faced, no remorse. He just sat there looking and with no expression. Then, when it was time for him to be sentenced, the judge allowed family members from the women that he killed to speak to him. And as you would imagine, brothers, daughters, mothers, fathers, sisters got up and spoke to this man, and they cursed him for what he did. You took my daughter away. You took my sister away. I mean, the most vile words were spoken to this man who was also violent, as far as killing everyone.
Yeah. And
he just sat there stone-faced, not even moved by all of this hatred that was that was directed to him. Burn in hell. I mean, if you can imagine. And then this one man got up, and his name was John Rule, R-U-L-E. And you can find this on YouTube. Just go to Sentencing, Gary Ridgway, the Green River, and it's only 2 minutes. And this man got up and he said, Mr. Ridgway, and he said, you've made it very hard for me to follow what I believe. And that is that God says to forgive. And it's very difficult for me to forgive you for what you've done. You've taken my daughter. But I forgive you, sir.
Wow.
And at that moment, this mass murderer broke down and started crying because he was forgiven. No one else could break this monster down other than that power of forgiving. That energy of forgiveness starts with looking in the mirror and forgiving yourself. Starts with looking in the mirror and forgiving self for whatever, judging, criticizing, whatever you want to say. Look in the mirror and just start accepting and loving and accepting yourself unconditionally with all of it, everything that you bring. So it starts with self. Not only is that one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, but for everyone else. You want to be powerful? Forgive, and forgive instantly. That man that with your daughter, you're not angry at him.
Wow. That is, and it's something obviously you have practiced because you've been through divorce. You have been through a lot with, when you're saying that you used to be really angry and you would hold grudges. So forgiveness, I think it's one of the most difficult things that you can ask somebody who's going through a high conflict divorce or a really terrible time with somebody else to actually forgive. But I can see with that anecdote that you have just said, the story you've just told us, that's quite powerful.
If you really, and this is really kind of on the dark side, but if you really want to make your ex-husband pay, or if you really want him to feel, then forgive him with love. Forgive him with love. He will be speechless. You really want to sock it to him, you really want him to get his, then you forgive him. It's different than what we've been taught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, you know what? I love you and I forgive you, and whatever I have to do to make this relationship peaceful while we're going through this, peaceful for me, peaceful for you, peaceful for our children, while we're going through this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You want to really blindside somebody?
Yeah. Yeah. Rebecca, if somebody wanted to work with you, because I know on your website, which you'll tell us about in a bit, you have a lot of information on there.
Yes.
And, you do work with people. Do you work with individuals or groups or?
I do both. I work with individuals and with groups, yes. And you can find me on my website, which is Rebecca Norrington, RebeccaNorrington, RebeccaNorrington.com. And just go to the private sessions tab. And on my website, you'll have signs for different times, different, a half hour, an hour, 45 minutes, or even longer group sessions. But yes, I love working with people, and I love working with people that are looking for something else. They're looking for something to bring them to another level. They're looking for more peace. They're looking for more happiness. That's what I do. And you, when I say you, the audience, it's all in your control.
Yes.
Yeah. You just have to make that commitment, and it is a commitment. It is a priority. I have to make happiness my priority over anything else.
Yeah, and I think it's not an easy journey to take on your own, I have to say, because even with the way that I try and practice it, it's taken a while. I have gone through, especially after my divorces, I have been through my own therapy, and I have looked into books, I've listened to talks. It's not something that you can actually go through yourself without knowing even where to start.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can say, I want to be happy, but you've been, last year you went through a horrific divorce, and your husband and your wife, and so where do you start?
Well, that's one thing that you start with, knowing that it's never. I divide it in external and internal. It's never anything external. It's not the divorce. It's not the. It's not last year. And another thing, the present moment is so important. If you are thinking about yesterday, unless it's a fond memory, unless you're skipping through daisies, unless you're having a great time thinking about yesterday, why the hell are you? But I want to say this. Yes, you are right. You're right, Soyla. It's not overnight.
No.
But this is the thing. It's like planting a seed. You're planting an award-winning rose bush, and you're planting the seed, and you're fertilizing it, you're watering it, and you don't stand over the rose bush and say, "Hurry up and bloom! Hurry up!" So it is a process. It is a journey, and this man-made thing about time. We have all the time in the world to grow and evolve. That's our purpose. Our purpose is to grow, evolve, and to be happy. That's it.
Okay, my final question to you.
No, it can't be over.
You've just brought it up. I was going to finish it here, but I just thought, I wonder what you'd have to say about this. I have a feeling I might know, but I want you to tell us what you think about adversity. How do you see it?
Wee! You mean challenges
Yes,
throughout your journey?
absolutely. And your
Oh,
failures and your challenge, your pain and your hurt and, all of that.
okay. This is my thing about all of the challenges, all of your adversities. Let me throw this out. Also, my mother disinherited me 5 years ago, so I'm disinherited.
Okay.
And I talk to her every single day.
Okay.
Love, forgive. I'm just saying, I throw that in.
Yeah.
Talking about adversities. All adversities, all challenges, everything that we say, oh, gee, I wish I didn't have to go through this, is for our betterment.
Mm.
Everything. So the focus is to look for what's good. What's good about divorce? What's good about being disinherited? What's good about not being so healthy? What's good about having to have surgery? What's good about being overweight? What's good about getting angry? In other words, start changing it and looking for what's good about all of it.
Mm.
All of it. What's good about not having makeup? What's good about not fixing your hair before the interview? What's good about all of it?
Yeah.
Did you know the answer?
Yes, I did.
Darn it.
But I think it's something that there's this paper that I'm writing, like a small ebook that I'm putting together that's called The Hidden Treasures of Divorce, because they are there. You can find them if you look. And, it is painful. It is painful. It's a challenge. You go through it and you can come out of it so much better. Honestly, it's just depends what you want. And when you try and speak to people who are going through this, a lot of the times they will say, oh, well, your divorce wasn't as painful as mine. And I'm like, how do you know? How do you know?
So many points.
So
many points.
Yeah, so we just need to just keep working and seeing, like you say, in every life, some rain must fall. And when it falls, you can grow something with it.
Well, you said something really interesting. You said your divorce was painful, or you used the word painful.
Mm.
One of the things that I try not to do anymore is label.
Okay.
You can label it painful, or you can label it an experience.
Mm.
You could label it painful, or you could label it, wow, what a journey, or you could label it, what a lesson. You can label it whatever you want. So really pay attention to labels, because painful, yeah, I could use that label, but does that add to my happiness if I'm using that label? No. Painful doesn't add to my happiness, but if I say, listen, all of these experiences are here for us to grow, including the divorce. Everything that's happening is in divine order. I'm not in control of what happens. The universe is in control. If the universe is in control, there's no mistakes. So let's start sitting in the back seat of this limousine of life and start enjoying the ride, and let the universe surrender and let the universe drive. And let's start relaxing with all of it.
Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much.
That's it?
Yes, and just really quickly, can you work with clients from, because we're in the UK?
Yes.
So you can work by Skype, because this is done by Skype. So it worked really well. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to have to run and go pick up my daughter.
Yes. I work with clients all over the world. Yes. And you can just find me on our website, or just email me at info@rebeccanorrington.com.
Yeah. And under the recordings, the videos, when I put them online, it's going to go on YouTube and on my website. And then there's going to be how to get in touch with you at the bottom too. But because I think you just give off this wonderful energy, even on your Twitter feeds. I'm like, Rebecca.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Soil. I am so grateful to connect with you. And you haven't heard the last of me.
No, absolutely not.
Stay in contact. Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.